Alright, let's talk about how we render HTML elements in Elm, and for many people this is a new syntax and it looks weird. I mean, obviously if you use JSX or HTML your whole life, this looks weird, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Let me explain. If we create a function, something like add, which takes an integer, takes another integer and gives us the integer back, we can use this function this way. So we'll call add with two arguments, 1 and 2. So this type annotation means given an integer, arrow, you can read it as this is what I give you back. So this is what I give you back if you give me the first integer. Now, same thing here, given another integer, this is what I give you back. That would be the final integer. That's currying. And that's why I can call add with just one argument, but then add another one. This is also why I can move this plus sign right here. And then we can go fancy and use the point free notation where we don't have to mention those arguments, and that would be the same thing. Okay, now what if our add function takes a list of integers and another list of integers, and what we want to do is that we want to add two sums of those integers. In this case, we have x's and y's, and instead of x, we're going to use list.sum our x's and list.sum y's. Okay, so here in our add, we would add two lists of integers. But now this should look familiar because instead of add, we could use div, provide a list of arguments, and then provide a list of children. And this is exactly what happens over here, because a div is nothing more than just a function that takes a list of attributes, a list of children, and gives us the HTML back. And if I were to represent this whole example with the JSX syntax, it would look something like this. This is almost one-to-one match between the two representations, but we should keep in mind that this JSX syntax is just a syntactic sugar for something like this, which is React API to create elements, assign attributes, and pass elements inside, which is also a lot more verbose than this. In my subjective opinion, this code actually looks a bit cleaner, less noisy than this code or this code, but that's just a matter of preference. Fun fact, there are other libraries and frameworks such as Van.js where HTML elements are represented as functions. So yeah, that's all about the Elm syntax, and we can format it this way. But the main thing here is that all of these elements such as div, button, onClick, text, these are all functions. So yeah, that's why in Elm the HTML is constructed this way.